Hello students, welcome to today's session. Today's topic of our discussion is principle of conservation of energy. In the previous sessions, we learned about energy, the measurement of energy, how the energy can be measured, and the different forms of mechanical energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. As you know, energy is the ability to do work and it is very important for various activities. In our day-to-day life, we require different forms of energy for different purposes. All right? Yes. So what is principle of conservation of energy? So if you consider the universe, the whole world or the entire universe, as you know, energy exists in various forms. In the universe, you will find energy in different forms like wind energy, solar energy, heat energy, light energy, chemical energy, hydro energy, electrical energy, nuclear energy, magnetic energy, sound energy, mechanical energy, and so on and so on. So many forms of energy. In fact, everything is energy. Even matter exists. Even the matter is energy. All right? So the sum total of the energy in the universe remains constant. I can say the total energy of this universe, it is constant. What we are doing? We are doing certain conversion of energy from one form to another form. So energy in the universe remains constant. It means that we are not creating any new energy or we are not destroying any energy. All right? What we are doing here? We are doing the conversion of energy or change of energy from one form to another form of energy, from electrical energy to heat energy, from mechanical energy to magnetic energy, etc. All right? So according to principle of conservation of energy, we can say that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only converted or changes from one form to other form. All right? So energy conversion taking place. The total energy of our system, if you consider the universe as a system, the total energy of the system remains constant. What we are doing? Using suitable converters, suitable devices, we are converting the energy. For example, we can convert mechanical energy into electrical energy using a dynamo. So we can convert mechanical energy. All right? So we can convert mechanical energy into electrical energy using a device called a dynamo. You know that in dynamo what energy conversion is taking place? Mechanical to electrical. So dynamo is acting as a suitable connector or suitable converter there. All right? So we can convert in the same way. Electrical energy can be converted into mechanical energy using a motor, using a DC motor. We can convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. So the motor acts as a converter there. All right? So in this way we can convert energy from one form to another form. Okay? So that's all about principle of conservation of energy. Energy remains constant. Now let's see this principle of conservation of energy. How can we apply this principle of conservation of energy during the free fall of a body? Let us check it out. Now let us theoretically verify the sum total of kinetic energy and potential energy is constant for a freely falling body. If there is only interchange between the potential energy and kinetic energy, the total mechanical energy will be equal to sum total of kinetic energy and potential energy. We have studied it in earlier session. So the total mechanical energy is equal to K plus U. Let us consider the case of a freely falling body. What is free fall? The falling of a body under the effect of gravity. Let us consider a body of mass m be falling freely under gravity from a height h above the ground. So our ground is the reference level. So the body is at a height h above the ground. All right, such that its initial velocity is 0. the body falls down, its potential energy changes into kinetic energy at each point, at the point A, B and C. Let us check it out, how the energy conversion taking place, whether it is remaining constant or not. So body is falling from A. At point A, initial velocity is equal to 0. On reaching the point B, falling through a distance x, its velocity is v1, and on reaching the ground at point C, its velocity is v. So at point A, what happens at the point A? The initial velocity is equal to 0. It is already given. The body is resting there. Okay. So what is the kinetic energy? Since there is no velocity, kinetic energy will be 0. Half mv square, where v is 0, half mv square, kinetic energy will be 0. So potential energy, what will be the potential energy? Since the body is resting at a height h. So whenever a body gains height, it has some potential energy. So I can write mass into acceleration due to gravity into h. Okay. So the total energy is equal to, what is the total energy? Total energy at the point A, sum of kinetic energy and potential energy, that is equal to potential energy is, kinetic energy is 0 here, so we have mgh. The total energy is mgh. Equation number 1. Alright. So the total energy is mgh. Okay. Now what happens at the point B? At the point B, let's take it out. So at the point B, the body falls through a height x, okay, through a distance x, and at B, the body is gaining a velocity v. You can see that v1. All right. Let v1 be the velocity acquired. I can write velocity at B is equal to small v1. Okay. After falling through a distance x, you can see in the diagram. So u is equal to 0. Of course, it will remain 0. So the displacement moved. S is equal to x. Alright. And since the body is under free fall, acceleration will be replaced by acceleration due to gravity plus g. Since it is falling down along the direction of the gravity, A will be replaced by plus g. So we can apply the equation of motion here. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Alright. Okay. So V is equal to V1. Velocity is V1 square. So V1 square is equal to 0 plus 2g. S is equal to, what is S is equal to x? 2gx. A will be replaced by g and S will be replaced by x. Alright? Okay. So the kinetic energy is equal to half m V1 square. Alright? So that's equal to 1 by 2 into m into, what is v1 square, into 2gx into 2gx. Okay. Yes. So that is 2 cancel, that we are getting it as mgx. Kinetic energy is equal to mgx. Now at the point B, the body has fallen through a distance x. How much distance above the ground? The total distance is h. It has fallen through x. So what is the total distance? How much distance above the ground? H minus x. So it is marked here h minus x. So hence I can write the potential energy U is equal to mg into, what is the distance there above the ground? X, h minus x. Expand it. That is mgh minus mgx. Alright. So hence total energy I can write is equal to k plus u, kinetic energy plus potential energy, that is equal to mgx. What is kinetic energy? Mgx plus what is potential energy? That is mgh minus mgx. Minus mgx minus mgh, it cancel. We got it as total energy as mgh. Okay, the total energy as mgh. Equation number 2. Alright. Okay. So at the point B also, the total energy we are getting it as mgh. Okay. So what is at the point C? Now the body has reached at the point C. At C, let the body require the velocity on reaching the ground B. V velocity B. How much velocity has gained? V. Okay, C. On reaching the point C. Then we can say that on reaching the point C, U will be always 0, the initial velocity. Final velocity is V, and S is equal to H, the total distance traveled. How much distance? From the top, H. Alright? Yes. And A will be replaced by G. A will be replaced by G. So in this case, we can write again, taking the help of equation of motion, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay. So V square is equal to, U is equal to 0, 2G, A will be replaced by G, S will be replaced by H, 2GH. So kinetic energy is equal to K is equal to half mv square, the whole potential energy. The body had some potential energy, the whole potential energy on reaching the ground will be converted into kinetic energy, that is half mv square. So that's equal to 1 by 2 into m into v square. What is v square? 2gh, 2gh. So 2 to get cancelled, again we are getting it as kinetic energy is equal to mgh. K is equal to mgh. Then what about the potential energy? On reaching the ground, here the height is equal to 0. Okay, height is equal to 0. So the potential energy will be of course 0, mgh, it will be 0. So at the reference point, at the 0 level, or at the height h is equal to 0, potential energy will be always 0. So again we can write the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy at the point C. On reaching the ground, total energy is equal to, we can write K plus U, that's equal to U is equal to 0, kinetic energy is equal to mgh. This is equation number 3. Equation number 3. Okay, so here at the point C and at the point B and at the point A, in all the points you can see that the total during the free fall at each and every point A, B, C, the total energy remains constant, that is equal to mgh. Okay, so this is a simple derivation, theoretical verification of sum of kinetic energy and potential energy is equal to constant. Alright, please understand the steps. Derivation may not be important for the board examinations, but you should know the concept what energy conversion is taking place. When the body is at a height h, it had some potential energy. When during the free fall, the potential energy is gradually changing into kinetic energy. On striking the ground, the whole potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Alright? Okay. Now let's solve a simple application based on the principle of conservation of energy. A spring is kept compressed by a toy cart of mass 150 gram. On releasing the cart, it moves with a speed of 0.2 meter per second. Calculate the potential energy of the spring. So the toy cart of mass, what is the mass? 150 gram should be converted into kilogram. 150 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram. Okay. The speed velocity is 0.2 meter per second. Alright. So it is, cart is kept on a compressed spring. You can see that the spring is compressed. When a spring is compressed, it possesses elastic potential energy. When you release the spring, what happens? The spring will push this cart away with a certain velocity, and the compressed spring, in pushing this, the compressed spring, the stored elastic potential energy will be converted into kinetic energy. Alright. So the compressed spring possesses elastic potential energy. When you release this spring, the spring will come back to its normal shape, producing kinetic energy. So according to, on releasing the cart, the spring tries to come back to its initial configuration by pushing the cart away. Okay. Did you understand the concept? Okay. So in this case, I can say that the potential energy of the spring will be equal to kinetic energy gained. Alright. So the potential energy U is equal to kinetic energy, that is equal to half mv square. Alright. So the kinetic energy U is equal to K is equal to 1 by 2 into, what is mass? 1 by 150 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 0.2 whole square. Don't forget to square it. All right, 75. On solving, we get it as the potential energy is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 joule. Express the quantity, answer with unit. Okay, so the potential energy of the spring is getting converted into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. We have the mass given and velocity given. We can easily calculate. All right. Okay, I hope the steps are clear to you. Thank you very much.